It's day 14 of the Diddy trial, and cameras are not allowed in the courtroom, but I've got the transcript. Let's get straight into it. This video contains commentary and analysis intended for educational and documentary purposes only. All allegations are discussed as part of an ongoing legal proceedings, and all subjects are presumed innocent until proven guilty. So they have taken their lunch break. And we now have all of the morning of what has happened in the Diddy trial on day 14. As I like to say, as always, guys, I'm being censored on YouTube. So I will be putting this up on Patreon first. If you guys want to see it, I don't know if they're going to block or what they're going to do over here. If you want to join my Patreon and support this channel, the link is in the description box below. Now, this is coming from Matthew Russell Lee over at Inner City Press. It says, okay, U.S. versus Sean Diddy Combs, day 14. This is more of Brian Steele's cross of Mia and then Garcia to take the fifth. So I don't know what all of that is going to be, but here we go. So before the jury comes in, the judge says, Mr. Steele, how much longer do you have on cross? And he says, at least until lunch, maybe after. We're not going to have 15 more Instagram posts. I can't promise that. On the elevator hallway, are you objecting to showing the versions we discussed? Yes. It shows Mr. Combs running 30% faster than what really happened. It's prejudicial. We let AUSA Smizer know how we will cross the expert. Let's have Mr. Garcia. So Garcia enters the courtroom. And now this is the prosecution. So when you see AUSA, for those who don't know, that is the prosecution. Did you receive a subpoena to testify at this trial? Yes. Do you intend to invoke the Fifth Amendment rights? Yes. Have you seen the proposed immunity order? Yes. Your Honor, on that basis, we propose you sign the immunity order. Done. Bring in the witness, Mia. Mia takes the stand. All rise. Mr. Steele, you may proceed. Show DX 1750. Your Honor, we renew our objection. Mr. Steele, are we just going to show this video? You haven't laid any type of foundation. Take the video down. Did you work as an assistant did you work as an assistant to someone? Maybe 2008 or 2007. I'm not sure. You had a resume saying you had the ability to multitask and had thick skin. I'm not sure what I wrote. That you were able to deal with uncomfortable situations 24/7. Objection, reading from document, not in evidence. For you guys who don't know, this is just shorthand, not exactly shorthand, the technical term, but just short notes on what is being said. Again, in my recaps, I will give more details, more things that we don't see here, or more clarification of the answers that are being given. So be on the lookout for that right after this video. Overruled. Did you use this as your CV? Looks like it. 1753-R for admission. Admitted. You went to James Madison University. It's a well-known institution. Sure. Then you were a design assistant? Yes. In 2008 and 2009, you say you provided round-the-clock support, all personnel and professional needs, keeping passports. They were collected? I don't exactly remember. I didn't travel. But you traveled with Mr. Combs's companies? Oh, yes. So when you said they had your passport, they had everyone's passport? True? Yes. You are a strong person. I'm good at teaching people, not necessarily at enforcing things. You're a leader? I don't know about that. You speak up for yourself? No. But you empower other people, true? Yes. Let's look at your text messages in 1730 et sec. I sound like me. Show the jury 1733. You left Mr. Combs employed by March 2017? Yes. What did you write to Mr. Combs for Christmas 2018? Please read it. Merry Christmas. I love you. And New Year's. I had just seen him at Kim's funeral. You reached out to him? Absolutely. This 2019 message. I wrote, I had a nightmare. I was being chased by R. Kelly and you saved me. Whoa. The person you say raped you, saved you. Guys, I have to change up some words, like I said, because of the censorship. And with the censorship that's going on YouTube, until that's resolved, I have to change out certain words. I know it irritates some people, but we've got to do what we got to do. Okay. So the person you say raped you, saved you. Objection, need to rephrase. Here, what did you write? Sending you all the love in the world. You were not in his grip anymore. It's psychological. Why did you keep referring to psychology? What did you do? Why did you do this? Kim Porter's tragic death was 5 months before. Why were you reaching out to Mr. Combs? 5 months is not a lot. What didn't you understand that Mr. Combs was brutal to you? How did you write this? Objection, argumentative. Mr. Steele, let's have a brief sidebar. They're back. Now, May 14, 2020, you texted Mr. Combs what? My heart is broken about Dre. In my spirituality, I know that when people are done with this physical world, is that they have completed their mission. I love you. What's this about? He auditioned for the James Brown part that Chadwick Boseman got. I told Puff I'd email him videos of his audition. You carried about a video camera? He required me to do it. Pre-iPhone. I was required. Do you have any footage of Mr. Combs berating you? Objection, overruled. I would not have been allowed to record that. Do you have anything about Mr. Combs berating you? It would have violated confidentiality. You have no text messages? They showed me one on, I think they showed me one on direct. So the prosecution showed her on direct examination. Showing what? Puffy saying, F it, let's go to war. Nothing else? Only reaching out to other people in the office, things others had seen. What did you write here? I wrote, we had so many funny memories. OMGGG. Anything in your phone about being brutalized by Mr. Combs? I don't think so. How would we find out? Objection, sustained. Mia, didn't you have time away from Mr. Combs to write? Today he sexually assaulted me? I did not have time and would not have written that. August 29th, 2020, he wrote to you, glad you're well, love. Please send me the footage for the doc. Mr. Combs let you go from your employment? I don't know why. It was confusing. I was called back. Here he says he'll only remember the good times. Yes. So this jumped around a bit, so I had to fix it up. So I just want to show you this because I don't know why this went out of order, but now it's in the correct order. So the last thing he said was, here he says he'll only remember the good times. Yes. It's 2020. The Me Too movement is strong for 2 years. You could say, I remember the bad times, right? I would never have said that because it's not true. Objection, overruled. You wrote what? Love you too. I wrote so many crazy things, like Mick Jagger trying to take me home and that Baccarat game, my pink bedazzled iPhone. There's trillions of stories. Of course, I'll send to you. I was bamboozled by Heather. Remember the scrapbook I made you? I've got you. And then it's cut off. It's just weird the way this is. Why didn't you write, you bamboozled me? Because I was brainwashed. By whom? Puff. How did he bamboozle you with a part of his body in your without your consent? I guess a part of his body in yours without consent. Objection, sustained. So if you don't know, she in her direct testimony, she said that Diddy had sexually assaulted her. She actually woke up to him doing that. That's actually a common theme in a lot of the lawsuits that have come out about Diddy, that people will be blacked out somehow or sleep, and then they wake up to Diddy assaulting them. So I think that's what he's referring to. Why would you say you're bamboozled if his body part of his body in yours without consent? Then there's objection and sustain. I just want to give clarification. What does brainwashing mean? The highs were really high and the lows were really low. I was punished whenever Puff was violent, making me believe I had done something wrong. He was praised by the public. You aware of the Me Too movement? No outcry out of you? Why? He said he was going to tell Cassie what happened. I internalized blame and shame. Who threatened to tell Miss Ventura about Mr. Combs supposedly sexually assaulting you? Puff. Why didn't you respond? Great. Let's tell everyone what you did to me. Objection sustained. Let's move on. You said you have no moral obligation to speak up. Now I do. Why not in 2017? I was brainwashed. When did you first say me too? When I first saw him being held responsible. Now I have therapy. Mr. Combs wrote, I got to find that. You got a copy? What does it refer to? I think he means the James Brown video. Scrapbook? I wrote, I think I have PDFs. I think I gave it to you for your B-day in your house on Mapleton. I customized the purple leather suit so you could walk not giving an F. If y'all can't find it, I will, but I didn't. You had a PDF? I thought so. What did you write here? My grandmom went to hospice, so I have to fly out. I have to miss your event here in my hometown. C'est la vie. Effing crush it and make history. Heart emoji. Deepest sympathy for your grandmother. Thanks. What was this about? There had been some terrible event with the police. Pharrell organized an event to change the narrative of Beach Week, which I think is a college thing. You wanted to see Mr. Combs? I did not. I only said so. My hometown of Virginia Beach doesn't usually get this type of attention. You're telling the jury you were scared of Mr. Combs? True? True. I was scared of him when he was scary. Listen to 1750. Tell me if you recognize it. Move to admit 1750 and 1750-R. Ms. Smizer, we object. The proper basis for admission has not been established. Let's have a sidebar. Have a sidebar. Now they're back. It may be admitted. Now they're back. Until now, this is now the prosecutors. Until now, had been objecting to exhibits and turning over private correspondences of this witness. We have now sat through hours of humiliating cross. Mr. Steele has insulted this witness, saying things like God forbid after things she said. One by one, Your Honor let the exhibit in, but now cumulatively, we have reached harassment. Given the tone, we do not think continuing this is appropriate. She has carried herself with grace. This is adding to trauma. Eyes are on this trial. Other victims in other trials will become aware of this. I have not seen yelling. My understanding is that his God forbid is an apology, not an attempt to intimidate. But the argumentative questions is, Mr. Steele here? You're repeating yourself. If you are asking questions just to ask them, I'm going to tell you to move on. Understood? I understand. I don't see improper treatment here, Ms. Comey, but I will continue to watch. I saw photographs 1799, 1 through 25. Can I see them? We don't have stamped versions of these. Do you have the photos? Yes, but we won't know which one you're referring to. Mr. Steele, why don't you have stamped copies of these? Only saw this morning. Just show them to me one by one. Next. I guess he's showing them. He's saying next. Mr. Steele, what is the relevance? Impeachment. She said she had no time for herself to tell others. These images show Mia with friends and family over the years. Why would baby showers have relevance? Why not just ask questions about this? Why show these? Because I like to do the impeachment that way. Absent any further showing, they are excluded. Admit them for the record? No. We want them in if there's an appeal. We'll put them in the case file. That's how we handle it. I asked Mia, "You still have friends?" And she said, "I did not see them. I did not have an external sounding board." She said there was no time. The problem is putting in the posts. They're not relevant and they are cumulative. You already spent a lot of time to the scrapbook. Please bring Mia back in. All rise. You and Miss Ventura were best friends. Fair? Yes. You said she was your sister. Yes. You loved her? Absolutely. And you feel the same way today? Yes. You would never lie to her. Puff didn't allow me to tell her things, like where he was, anything he said. Was Miss Ventura in love with Mr. Combs? I thought so. Did you ever tell her the person she loved raped you? No. Do you remember telling her Mr. Combs's brain needed to be rewired? May we have a sidebar? You may. They're back. Why would you cover up for Mr. Combs to Miss Ventura by while writing that Mr. Combs is just misunderstood? Objection, rephrase. Did you tell Miss Ventura she needs to stay with Mr. Combs? I don't remember that. How could he find out what I was telling her? How? He had stolen my phone and Cassie's phone many times. He's put tracking devices on her car. But you were alone with Miss Ventura. Yes. You sued Mr. Combs for $10 million? It was a mediation. My lawyers ended up getting $200,000. You got $200,000? Yes. Please look at the screen. Is that your social media account? Looks like a text message. Sounds like me. Your text to Mr. Combs. I don't remember sending this. You are in a tutu, and Mr. Combs appears to be holding his private parts. In Miss Ventura's lawsuit, she alleged sexual abuse. I'm not going to say it just in case. Yes. Why did you still communicate with Mr. Combs? Objection sustained. Did you meet these prosecutors in January of 2024? I may have. I don't remember the timing. Did you tell them Mr. Combs sexually assaulted you? I don't remember when I told them. Did you get a lawyer? Yes. The lawyer, who had 45 days earlier obtained an enormous judgment. Objection sustained. Why did you hire her? Objection sustained. Let's move on. You only first alleged sexual assault in June of 2024. I don't remember the timing of things. The rest I can't go into. I understand it's privilege. Objection, that's sustained. Let's have a sidebar. Ooh, this whole thing is a big objection. Now they're back. Let's talk about Prince's party. You said you had no permission to go there, but you knew many people who knew Mr. Combs would be there. Rephrase. Did you wear a disguise? No. Any photo of a chase? No. You say you and Miss Ventura got a paddleboard in a storm? Yes. Any recording of that? No. Any note or text message to prove it happened? I don't think so. We were on a paddleboard. Did you make it up? No. You said you had no time with family. Did you ever go to events with your family and friends? Sporadically over 8 years, but few and far between. Weddings? Sister and best friends, I believe. Halloween? I don't remember. You had times with others, right? I had to be in communication 24/7. I was never outside his grip. Outside of the work environment, why couldn't you explain the abuse you say you were experiencing? It's more complicated than that. Isn't it true that other than the few times Mr. Combs was violent with Miss Ventura, which is never okay, you were comfortable with Mr. Combs? You'd have to rephrase. You never advised Miss Ventura to leave him? No. Until 2024, you never told anyone you were sexually, ab- unless it was my privileged therapist. That's true. Could you waive that privilege? Objection, move on. You joined the Me Too money grab against Mr. Combs. Objection, you knew Miss Ventura received money from her lawsuit against Mr. Combs. It was public. But you speak with Miss Ventura. Never about anything I discussed with the government. How would we know that? Objection sustained. Let me show you documents. Read it to yourself. And Your Honor, could we have a sidebar? Yes. Jurors, you can leave. When we come back, you will be shown documents. Have a good break. We'll talk with the government over the break about the witness's lawyer. Okay, break. So they're on a break. Let me just make sure nothing else has been added. This was a little bit all over the place as far as the objections, the sidebars. There wasn't a lot of clarification in this transcript, but I think we're getting a kind of like a general idea. He is trying to impeach her, saying that she didn't have time to tell anyone about the abuse. But then they have pictures of her with friends throughout the years. So why are you saying you didn't have time to tell anyone when you did spend some time with these people? So I don't know. I like I said, I got to get into the weeds, but of course, people saw other people around. When she says she doesn't have time, obviously everyone has time, I think, essentially, but maybe she felt like she didn't have the time to really unpack it, to really get into it. I think it would be more than just time as to why she didn't do it. But again, I don't want to read into the testimony. I just want to give it to you guys as I am seeing it here, as you guys can read it. But I will be giving you more clarification on a recap. But this was a little bit of a mess. This is a mess. And it's so many interruptions. I don't see how he impeached her in any way with this, but who knows? We'll see what it comes out after the break. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, because you're not going to miss my recap when I can explain this more, as well as the afternoon transcript and the recap for that. But with all that, I will see you guys on the next one. This is just, I'm sorry, my brain is glitching because this was just all over the place. It was just weird. I'm sorry. It just was.